Yo, what's up guys? My name is MOONBOY and today we're making some tech house. Let's do this. If you don't know what tech house is by now, it's basically a more minimal version of house music. It's basically these three key elements. We have a simple drum beat, a groovy deep bass line, and a catchy repeatable vocal hook, but even that's optional sometimes. With this genre, it's all about something catchy and groovy you can just dance to. Some very popular records right now that I'm pretty sure you've heard through like TikTok or a festival or even a house party. We have Acraze, Do It To It. This is one of my favorite styles of tech house. It's more of like finding a very, very catchy vocal and creating a nice groove. Then we have Fisher, Losing It. This is a more heavier style of tech house. You can argue that it's just house music, but I still like to call it tech house. We also have Diplo and Sidepiece. Now you guys can go through a rabbit hole of tech house and get to like the super minimal and cool stuff like Bibi or Bibi. I don't know how to pronounce his name. So today we're gonna draw inspiration from these songs I just mentioned and we're gonna make a tech house hit. Step number one, the drums. Now the drums are incredibly important with tech house because of the very few elements that are in tech house. The drums is one of the most emphasis. You can have it play out through the whole track even. So tech house is typically around 120 to 128 BPM. We're gonna be doing 125. Now I'm gonna be using drum samples from my new Infinity production suite. To make a house beat, it's very simple. You put a kick on every beat, a clap on every second beat, and a hat on the off beat. Now you can get fancy with the rhythm of the hats. You can add extra layer, create more rhythm. And you can even throw in some percussion. Now this is a perfect starting point to making tech house. Now there's multiple styles when it comes to tech house as well. I'll show you some other variations, and this is from my new Infinity pack. We have the more traditional tech house style where the drum loop is basically the whole drop. Then we have a more heavier style, which is kind of like Chris like Fisher style. Then we have an even more minimal style where it's like super groovy. This is definitely like Bibi style. Step number two, the vocal slash vibe around the track. We need a unique, catchy vocal hook to give the vibe of the whole track. Now the most catchy vocals for house music, I believe, is early 2000s R&B music. That was just like a golden era for like really dope hooks. Now if you guys didn't know, a lot of these big tech house records are sampling these old R&B classics. They were just able to clear the sample. For example, the original sample to Acraze, Do It To It. Here's the original sample to On My Mind by Diplo and Sidepiece. And the list just keeps going on and on. So basically the essence of house music is just a really good catchy idea. Once you have that, you're solid. If you're having trouble finding really good hooks and vocals, what I suggest is the producer mindset. And what the producer mindset is your brain is always on looking for sounds and samples. So no matter where you are, if you listen to something catchy, you'll pick it up. So the other day I was driving in my car and I was listening to like old hip hop, old R&B. I just had it like on a playlist, you know. And the song by Ciara and Missy Elliott came on, and when the hook came on, I was like, oh my god, this is it. As soon as I heard that, I was like, oh, yo, what the heck? This is dope. So we're gonna go ahead, grab the acapella, and download it. Sometimes it's as simple as just typing in the name and acapella, and then bam, here it is. Ladies and gentlemen, and then we just download it. Just as a quick tip, whenever it's not as easy as this, as just like finding it on the internet, you can use like Isotope RX, or you can search up on Google acapella generator, and there's like so many acapella extractors. And here it is. Pocket, don't stop it. Everybody. As a bonus touch to change it up a bit and even avoid copyright early on if you're trying to like put it in a mix or bootlegging it, literally -2 or 3 semitones. Let's put it on complex, and then we got
rock it, don't stop it. Everybody get on the floor. Crank the party up. We about
so
to get
perfect. Like that's it right there. Like literally everybody, the whole crowd would sing that. This is like literally a hit already. Step number 3, the bass line. Now this seems mad simple, but the complexity lies in how catchy you can make a groovy melody that can be repeated hundreds of times and not sound too repetitive. Now for the bass line, I'm going to use one of my presets from my internal preset pack, which is included in my new production suite, Infinity. I made this preset to be super effective. It's low and minimal, but it's still present in like the phone or laptop speakers. So in order to achieve that effect, I added a punchy pitch bend. And then I added some harmonics on a sine wave. So here we got the waveform, and I added some harmonics like this. Otherwise it'll be like a very plain sine wave. But then with some harmonics, that definitely makes a huge difference. Now for the groove, I'm gonna draw some inspiration from how people do those funky bass lines. So it's gonna be like something like this. We draw it in and it looks something like this. Added some swing to it. Super vibey. Now if you guys have trouble making grooves like this, no worries. I've made a ton of pre-made midis and bass loops that you can quickly like drag and drop just to get some ideas flowing. It's gonna be in my new Infinity production suite. You can learn more about that in the description. So with this here, I think we're pretty good with the main bass line. We don't need to do anything more crazy. Now before we go into the next step, I'm so excited to announce to you guys my Infinity production suite. It is the biggest and most highest quality pack I've ever done, and it includes 6 bonuses. The first bonus is Elements project files. This is project files for Ableton and FL Studio, fully made drops and songs for you guys to learn from and even get ideas and maybe flip and make your own. It has a variety of songs from like really heavy bass house to tech house to even melodic house music. I made this bonus for you guys because personally I've learned so much by dissecting project files and even like flipping different ideas. It was always so hard for me to get a hold of really good project files, so I wanted to make something dope for you guys. Then we have bonus 2 and 3, which is Visceral and Eternal Serum preset packs. Both include an insane amount of presets. Visceral is more on the heavy bass side and the most gnarliest leads you can find. And Eternal has like the groovy tech house bass leads, melodic lush leads, really cool synths and effects. The fourth bonus is actually really exciting. It is Acid Tech House Sample Pack. Everything you need to make tech house, super groovy bass leads, bass line loops, MIDI, drums. It's like literally you can drag and drop these sounds and make a tech house hit immediately. Now if you guys want to learn more about Infinity and see entirely what's inside, you can go to the link in the description and learn all about it. You can also download this tech house project file for free in the description below. Step number 4, the song structure. All about simplicity. So for the intro / rise up to the drop, we're gonna be teasing the vocal, maybe with some reverb and delay, and only small bits at a time, so they can kind of get like a little idea what to expect. And tech house is super simple, so we're only gonna be rising it up with white noise and some snares. That's it. The snare riser, I have a couple things going on. We have the pitch going up, and then we also have a filter that's being automated to slowly rise up from being low to high. And then we have a white noise impact, and I made this just by operator. It's just a simple white noise oscillator. And then I put an EQ on it and then automated the filter to go down. And all those elements together are gonna rise up to build tension, and then it's gonna pause and let the vocal play alone, kind of like as a teaser, like just to get people hyped, like, oh shoot, what's about to go down? And then the beat's gonna drop with the bass and the kick, and it's gonna be glorious.
Don't stop it. Everybody get on the floor. Crank the party up. We about to get it on. Don't stop it. Everybody get on the floor. Crank the party up. We about to get it on.
Holy shoot. That sounds so freaking good. What the hell? That's like literally a hit right there. I swear if I post this might go viral. That's crazy. Like literally, the cool thing is about tech house, you just gotta find that right idea. And as soon as you got it, it's all like smooth sailing. You just put some groovy basses, get creative with the drums and basses, and then you have yourself a hit. Alright, next step, step number 5, we got the fine details. I went ahead and gave the vocals a little bit of compression.
Rock it, don't stop it. Everybody get on the floor.
And what I noticed when I did this, I'm noticing some popping and like noise in the background. So what's pretty good for this is Isotope RX has really good denoiser and depoppers.
Rock it, don't stop it. Everybody get on the floor. Crank the party. Rock it, don't stop it. Everybody get on the floor.
Pretty straightforward, you just throw it on and it pretty much does the job for you.
Rock it, don't stop it. Everybody get on the floor. Crank the party up.
Sounds so much better. Also, something subtle that makes a big difference, I added some sidechain in the vocal to give it more of a groove and like this pumping feeling. Now I know it's not common to do that with vocals, but it added so much, I just really had to do it. I sidechained by Volume Automations.
Rock it, don't stop it. Everybody get on the floor.
I didn't sidechain in the parts that had like short phrases because I didn't want to cut out those words. So I only sidechained on the big, longer phrases.
Rock it, don't stop it. Everybody get on the floor.
I'll show you an example, before and after. So this is before.
Rock it, don't stop it. Everybody get on the floor.
Dope, but when you have it pumping,
Rock it, don't stop it. Everybody get on the floor.
I love it. Before we play this and end the video, make sure you leave a like if you learned something and subscribe if you haven't. I make so many YouTube tutorials, you don't want to miss out on that. Thank you guys for all the support. Happy producing.
Rock it, don't stop it. Everybody get on the floor. Crank the party up. We about to get it on. Rock it, don't stop it.